Well, hello again. It is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some map creation today, working on the Hilltop Fort. Still, I was about to say again, but it still is probably, I think I'm on episode 6, 10, 50. Um, Let me check some settings like I always do at the beginning. I'm actually starting a little 1 minute early. I'm obsessed with being on time. Even 1 minute early is weird to me. Um, it generally has little effect on my life, except if someone like invites me to a party and I show up on time and they're like, "What are you doing here?" You know, I invited everyone at 5 so they would show up at 9. Um, so that's the main effect it has. Being on time, I guess I'm on time to work too, until I stop caring about my job. Then I just show up whenever. Uh, which, you know, depending on the job, can happen quite quickly. Let's make sure that this is there. I want to post something on Discord too. Let me find where I'm posting this and copy this thing here. And it has been posted, hopefully in the right spot. Okay, so where we left off last time was I was messing around with trying to get levels to work where you could see down in the different levels. And I figured it out. Basically, what you want to do is you want to make the hole reach from the ground to the roof of the floor it's looking at. So it wasn't working because I didn't have the dude. I didn't have the floor. I had the hole only going between levels 0 to 9 and 10 to 19. And the other thing I did was I made this tile, the levels, the first floor background tile, which I've never done before. I used to have all sorts of issues with that. So now it's a background tile. I used to have all sorts of issues, but I noticed like on Bailey wikis, he puts his floor on as the background one. So I figured I'd try it here, and if it works better, and we can look at this, I'll show you how his is done. If it works better, then I'll fix these other ones. It's only 3 maps. Well, I mean, a huge amount of work, but we can fix it. So this is his background tile. He has his level 0, 0. And then his holes he puts to 0, 19. This is actually how I test lots of stuff. See, I put in here to figure out what the fuck, why his works and mine doesn't. I still don't understand what basement, maybe because it's below the background level. I'm guessing that's what it is. So, that is what I figured out off stream, I mean. I think that's probably what it is. If we double click this, let's look. Yeah, is basement. I bet you that's what the thing is. If you click is basement, it's below. I can't click on that for some reason. Oh, that's the background tile. Bet you these don't say is basement. I mean, they're not a basement, but yep, I bet you that's what it is. I just gotta remember that for when I fix my other maps. I don't think I'm gonna do the Hilltop Fort. I don't think I'm gonna do an underground level. I mean, they're underground. They're above ground. They're above the ground level, but they're underground, if that makes sense. So anyways, what that means is in DungeonDraft here, oh, I gotta put my frame rate stats. Oh, I am having shitty frame rates. I still haven't figured out why. It's some weird DungeonDraft thing. Oh, the other thing is there's an updated DungeonDraft. So and I updated it like, oh man, it is grinding. Wonder what else I can close down. It's grinding bad. I guess I can close down Foundry, and we'll do that later. See if that does anything. I do know. Let's reset this. That it doesn't like when you have like other. Oh, that might have worked. I haven't moved anything though. Okay, we're not losing any frame frame rates, but it's losing some skipped encoding, which doesn't really matter on this. I mean, the only way you'd be able to tell is from my face. And I listened to some of it, and I didn't notice any, oh, there we go. There's some skip frame rates. Fucking DungeonDraft, man. I updated it right before this, and I'm wondering if that's part of the issue, because I thought I had this pretty much fixed. Let's turn off this thing. I had music going in the background too. Maybe that will cause some sort of, it seems to be when I zoom in and out. Yeah, I guess maybe the music was causing issues too, which is a bummer. I like listening to music while I do this. Music you guys can't hear, sadly. All right, well, let's continue on. It doesn't seem to really affect much, except for, you know, I glitch out. No, there it is, glitched out again. Fucking DungeonDraft again. Anyways, let's continue and see how bad it gets. Oh, I can see now that I actually like lost. I'm stuck over there. What the fuck, man? I wish I hadn't upgraded, because I had this problem wasn't really happening last time. It was happening a little bit, but it wasn't not this bad. See, now it's fixed again. 24% of the frames were missed. 1 millisecond. All right, well, let's see if maybe it will fix itself over time. You know what I'm gonna look at? Let's look at my task manager here. And I'm curious, what is grinding it up? Yeah, well, we know DungeonDraft. 99% of the GPU is in use by DungeonDraft and OBS. What an exciting time. NVIDIA broadcast and Firefox is using up the rest, huh? Let's close Firefox and see what happens. I guess I'll look at chat through OBS. All right, well, back to this. What was I talking about? All right, so let's go to the second floor here. I was going to have, so this is the thing that I was talking about. And this hole actually looks pretty good. And this is when I remember I just did this all haphazardly. I think I'm going to take out these ladders and have it just so that if we go back to here, well, let's actually compare these two. This is a new version of DungeonDraft, like I mentioned. So I haven't used it at all. All I did was upgrade it like 30 minutes before I started, and so we're gonna see how this works. If there's new things, I noticed one thing already. So I think I'm gonna take this out and use this as like a trash pit, and probably put some water in here. And then also, remember I was talking about to that dude. I showed off that one dude's map that I liked a lot last stream. I emailed him, and he wasn't very friendly, but he did tell me how to do this. He said he was using the water brush, and I've used the water brush before a bunch of times, and it always sucks shit and had all sorts of issues. But yeah, when I closed Firefox, most of my issues went away, which is crazy. Crazy that Firefox would be the issue. Maybe it needs an update or something. But I did notice if you zoom way in, it is you can see the stuff underground. So maybe we are going to use this water tool, which I've disliked so dramatically. The other thing is, this thing used to be, I used to actually be able to do I swear to God, I was able to do the tool where you know, the eyedrop tool where you can pick up the color. I swear I did that at some point. But I think it was in a different, you know, because I want it to be this brown color because I need it to match this water. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find out if I can find another spot where that tool, that eyedrop tool works, and then we can find out what the color is, which is going to suck. I know it's somewhere. I swear to God I got that thing to work once, and I was shocked. It's not lighting. Where would it have been? I mean, even clicking that doesn't do shit except let you pick the color. Oh, here's the dropper tool. Yeah, okay, so does this water tool have, get out of here. When I go to here's that little, it is, here it is. Okay. Man. So, oh, I can't zoom in while that's happening. I wonder if I can turn on Foundry now that I turn off Firefox and not have an issue. Whoops. Let's see here. So I like to jump between the two, you know. We got to test stuff 6,000 times. All right, that's open. Oh, and I picked something there. Okay, it's this tiny thing here. I want it to be like this color, let's say. No, not that color. This color. Oh, I only can click once. I can't zoom while that's open. Let's zoom way in here. Like this color. Well, I only can click once. Who the fuck knows, right? Okay. It's weird because the color in my mind is not yellow, but I guess it is yellow. We can go like, oh, there it was for a second. There we go. Let's say this color. And let's see what this looks like if we do a brush. Because that's all shallow. Man, the water tool is such a piece of shit. But we're stuck with it. I think that's the color in there. All right, let's undo all this crap. And then let's pick the shallow color. I wonder if it's going to remember these colors I picked. All right, I can't. That's darker. But what we can do here is my print screen button doesn't work right now. What the fuck, man? That's a new one. There we go. We can take a screenshot of this. And I can swap these if this doesn't look how I want it to look. That is really dark. Let's go back. Let's put this one. I guess I have to select away from DungeonDraft now. I remember that being an issue before. Let's swap this one with the shallow water since it's going to be mostly shallow. We're going to make this 89. Hey, tab works. 25. Tab doesn't work in Foundry. It works sometimes, but not the way that. Okay, we need a different background. That's really fucking dark compared to this thing. So what happens if we do this? Like, that kind of works. Have some tea here today. Yeah, it was Firefox that was fucking my shit up. So weird. Disable border. What does that look like? And what happens if I draw like this? Is this gonna be like actually like really straight lines? I actually kind of like that. All right, so the water brush tool has been redeemed in my eyes. It still kind of sucks, but no, we don't want the straight lines. We're gonna want this weird shape thing, I think. And we'll just have to deal with. I rather have like some somewhat blur. You know, I don't want straight lines, basically. I mean, I know there's straight lines there. Okay, so if we're gonna use that tool, I know I'm like every time I start, we have some fucking issue. We can actually draw this road in. How are we going to do that? We can draw this road in and then put this over here. This is too dark though, so let's make this a little lighter. Um, let's say like that. Oh, that looks disgusting, which is what we want. We want it's kind of, yeah. I wonder how that exports to Foundry. Like if it exports as move, it can't possibly export as moving. That looks pretty good in DungeonDraft. Let's do this then. We'll use this as a test. Everything's saved. Yeah, let's save this. We're gonna go back to our train tool, wherever the fuck that thing is. Wet mud. And we'll just wet mud this all up right here. I'm gonna turn this into wet mud. The whole thing. Then, we probably should export this to, whoops. Don't do that. Remember I mentioned this the other day? Don't do like drawing for a long time. Because if you undo it, then, see, when you fuck up, if you undo it, you can't, it undoes it all. Whoa! Hands jumping all over the place today. Okay. And we're going to go back to this water tool. So maybe half my complaints about DungeonDraft are me using it wrong. Okay, let's see here. I should have used the bigger brush. And this, I guess I'm just going to do it all in one fell swoop. Even though I just said don't do that. Um, hmm. What do you guys think? I mean, that looks like water. And we can put the thing down here. Let's just move one. All right, the thing's in the middle. Let's put one in here. Okay, except can we copy this thing? I'm just moving this out of the way. Whoa, didn't want to rotate it. Nope. The dude also mentioned that if you go to the water, no, what did he say? Layers. No, why are these all checked? He says if you put in below water, I am very very skeptical. That actually looks okay. I mean, that mud looks much wetter, but it's also moving. Which, I mean, it looks great on here, but we'll have to export this to Foundry and see. Man, what happens if it doesn't remember this water brush color? That'd be fucking terrible. I wonder if there's a button for. There should be a button for reset because I'm curious what blue water would look like on top of this. You know what I mean? And I kind of wanted this wavy-ish stuff, but this might actually be okay. Let's do this too. We can put this underneath here. What layer am I on? I don't know what layer I'm on. For the export. Well, that definitely makes that water look much better. I might need to put some water on top of that other map. Alright, so let's test this though. There's two things we gotta test. We gotta export this first. Doesn't remember that stuff still. And I'm gonna put this right over the top of the first floor of this. So we need to put this on this blank guy here. And yes, we're gonna export that. And we'll wait. And I'm actually gonna close DungeonDraft. I'm curious if this will be remembered. If it's not remembered, then we'll know we're gonna have to record this somewhere. I can pop open Visual C Studio and put it in the notes for this map or something. Now we wait. It's always waiting. Man, my announcement for this stream is quite long. And we wait. I'm gonna turn on Firefox while we wait and see if that fucks anything up. Wonder if it's like the Twitch dashboard that causes that issue. I guess I don't necessarily need the Twitch dashboard. Alright, this is done. So we can go back to this and activate this guy. And put on music again and we'll see if this fucks up my shit here. That's the good thing about working with DungeonDraft and Foundry is you have so much time to just wait. Someone in chat, what is his name? I know the first part of his name. Power Made Flesh. He suggested another tool called Tailspire, I think. Tailspire, yeah, and I looked it up. It's the 3D map making thing. It looks pretty cool, actually. What are we doing here? We're looking at water. Alright, so it doesn't move. It does look better, though. That looks wet. What about over here? That kind of looks wet. I mean, it looks wetter than this. I think we'll probably want to layer that up. How does this under... That looks okay. It doesn't look great. I mean, no, it looks good. I guess it looks like it's underwater-ish. I might be being too critical. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to close... Oh, I forgot I was going to close. Discard changes. If I discard changes, though, that won't test this. Can we save as? We can. It takes a really long time for DungeonDraft to open up. Alright, I guess it was just some... Maybe it was the Twitch... Looking at Twitch... I don't know. Alright, this is going to be terrible. While we sit here and wait. This is how I organize the games I might stream while we're sitting here. These are games I probably won't stream. But I thought about, or I have in the past. This one I probably will. We can put that over here. This is like a will stream. Alright, DungeonDraft's closed. We can open it again. Let's open this one first. And this loading the assets takes the longest time. Not that you really care, but this is the order. I streamed Star Sector last night. I moved this up. And then I kind of picked from this down, like I should probably do that one. But if I don't feel like playing that game, I should probably do Kinshi. I don't feel like playing that game, I go to the next one on the list. And it just reminds me of how long ago I've since I last streamed it. Um, and this is like games I want to stream, but I don't know. War Tales, I'm waiting for an update. Battle Brothers, I don't know. This one should probably be over here. And then these are all roguelikes that I'm streaming in order. Up next is Unreal World. That game is intense. Holy shit. It's like you're in some uh, snowy country, Norwegian, Sweden, someplace like that, and you just starve to death, pretty much is the outcome of the game that I've seen so far. Maybe I'll play that later. Um, it is really hard, and it's mostly just hunting and stuff. You can make traps, fighting, you're terrible at fighting. You can start out next to a village for trading, but it's like, what can you trade? You know, can't do anything. I found a cave last time, and I starved to death. Man, like I said, this thing takes a long time. Can we look at something over here? Wait. This does look wetter. And I don't know if it looks wetter because I picked those colors. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot. Oh, that was dumb. Or what? I always try to load DungeonDraft before I start streaming, so having to turn it off in the middle of a stream sucks. The other thing, I guess, what we can talk about while we're waiting for this is it dawned on me. I was taking a screenshot of this map, and it needs some more trees bad. All right, this thing is lagging, so I'm guessing that it's ready. Yes, here we go. All right, so this did not save because I loaded the one before. Let's see about the water brush. It didn't save, but what we want to check. See, what happens if I just use the default here? Is this going to look blue? What is this going to look like? Yes. So that makes it blue across anything. Oh. So that kind of actually looks cool there. Okay, so we have to load another one. Sadly. But we'll look at this other map while we wait for that thing to load. Yeah, it dawned on me I was gonna put, you can't tell here until I was gonna put trees everywhere, but then I just forgot and moved on to another map. Like I just made this for the Druid area, but I was gonna fill all this shit in with trees. I love trees on maps. So at some point, I'm just gonna go through here and add a bunch of trees. I don't know, do we have time to do that while we wait for this thing? Maybe. Let's look at some, oh, wrong. Oh, I can't. I need to do this in a DungeonDraft. The one bummer with this is that these tiles are manually placed so that they match the walls. If we look at the walls, they're not, so each time I export them from DungeonDraft, they're slightly different size. And so I have to manually move them around until the walls on the tile match the walls in the buildings, and that's why they're not perfectly lined up, because as I get to some, the walls are made at different times, but this is like as close as I could get it without having to redraw all the walls, and I'm not going to redraw all these fucking walls, man. It takes a lot of time drawing walls, so I just gotta like, this one was pretty close. No, these ones are, nah, that's pretty good. No, well, this one's perfect. This one not so perfect. Like I'll fix some that are majorly off, but like this is pretty close. Now the bottom's off a little bit. So like it's changing. This is on purpose. I like when the walls are a little fucked up, which I've talked about a bunch. And this quandary, is that the word I want? So I feel like this makes it look like these shelves are empty, but they're not empty. They're just, you can't see what's on them. You know what I mean? Like, should I fill this up with junk? So the top shelf, because there's supposed to be like a grocery shelf, and on the top of grocery shelves, generally there's not stuff. Um, it's a nice knife. I like that little knife. I don't remember picking that knife. This is a long time ago. All right. Okay. So this remembered that stuff, but let's look at our water object here. Yeah, it doesn't remember what I picked, which fucking sucks. Uh, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a map note in here. I updated my Star Sector mods last night. DungeonDraft, README, notes, cliff, floor. Third floor has a 20-foot height. I'm double checking. I'm thinking about changing that. Oh, you can search paths now. That's the one thing I noticed. What am I gonna type in here? Watercolor. And what we'll do, I'm gonna move this to my other monitor, is, oh, these assets are probably outdated. I updated my assets. Yeah, so this sucks that this doesn't save. What I picked. Yeah, that really sucks. I do like how the water moves. I wish there was a way to export that. Can I undo this stuff now? So I gotta reload from the other one, sorry. Third time's the charm. So that's the other thing you lose when in DungeonDraft is you lose your uh, undo ability. When you save something, it doesn't remember your last 30 undos or whatever like it does normally, which is a huge pain in the ass. Oh, you know what I can't tell is how long I've been streaming when I don't use the Twitch interface. I guess I'll just stream in forever. Well, I started at 4, so normally I just start streaming whenever, except for this. This is the only thing I actually schedule. I want to schedule some more stuff, but I have a day job and it throws life into chaos. Yeah, so back to this. I don't really want to put a bunch of shit on top of the shelves because it's weird, but at the same time, I do feel like it looks a little clunky. You probably could put like, stick something underneath the shelf so it looks like it's poking out. Like the handle of a pot or something. I can't remember why I didn't put a wall here. Yeah, so that tail spire thing, like it looks pretty interesting. I might check it out. But that was what I was gonna bring up. The issue is that there's no way to like demo it. You gotta buy it, and then also the other problem is all your players gotta buy it too, which is a good thing about Foundry, is that only the DM has to pay for it. I can't imagine that lasts forever though, because um, there's gonna be a point where they're gonna need more money. So I'm looking at my usage of my resources. Is this thing done yet? I don't know why this takes so long. I should just sit in silence and meditate or something. Oh yeah, I was opening this up to see what would happen if I open up Twitch again. Let's see. We might get some terrible mute tab, quick. Um, I like the Twitch interface better than the OBS interface. Basically is why I'm doing that. All right, let's see if my computer hates that or Firefox is just going insane. All right, the reason why we had to reload this is because I can't undo that water test that I put there. And before we get too hog wild with this, let's actually work on this map a little bit. That wasn't even necessary. I just wanted to double check to know how we're, because you kind of have to know how you're going to do stuff to make stuff, to plan your maps. So back to this thing. I think I'm going to take these off and I'm going to use this as like a people on this floor are gonna throw trash in there, and maybe we'll put like an actual stairway down here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put an actual stairway here. This going up. That's up. That's up. This one I was gonna have down. But maybe we'll just have one down level. The only reason I see not to do one down level is just one down level. I mean, is alright, this isn't gonna work. I was thinking they could walk sort of around here. We could just make this a down stairway. You know what? That is what we're gonna do. And then we can put some shit here, like some statues or something, a trap, you know. So what I was thinking, but this is really close to this. You know, on the next level we can make it farther away, but not having these connect to the trash pit. What was I talking about? Let's go to floor 1. Okay, so floor 2 is also gonna have these secret doors. Oh, what I was talking about was I don't like ways, or I don't like paths floors that only have one entrance. Like if adventurers only have one entrance, let's say it's this one, and they go to the next floor, the monsters don't have anywhere to run to. They just, you know, they're trapped, and vice versa. You know, they would have a way out here. I'm shocked how well that came out with me just fucking half-assing it. I can't tell where the, oh no, it's right there. Oh, ew, and there. Yeah, that's good enough. We might fix it later. Alright, so this floor is basically done. For the, you know, obviously we need to put in objects. But I think I'm gonna have this be the down stairway here that will lead to the next floor here. And I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. And we're gonna make these secret doors. And so let's get rid of this one. Now we get to, and I mean that, we get to finally work on the first floor, which I've been wanting to work on for a long time. We're going to compare this to the second floor because I just need to put this in the right spot. This thing in the same spot. And we actually, oh, snap is on this? What? I think that's pretty close. Okay, the top one's right there. There we go. We already have the hole here. We don't, but we don't think we want these anymore. Let's put, I actually meant to compare this, not, whoops. Oh, it's always defaults to the fourth fucking floor. Should default to what you had last. Okay, we're actually just gonna put like an X marks the spot here. Because it's not centered, but that's okay. It doesn't actually matter. I didn't want to compare. I want to go back to the first floor. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be a trash pile. Wherein it's going to be in the water, basically. So now we'll do our water. We'll actually start fucking with our water. Come on, turn off compare. To find out. So I want like a little what are all these guys? Let's get rid of some of these. Now I'm not sure where that stairway was going. I thought this was a... Oh. Ooh. Let's get rid of that. I don't remember doing that. My memory isn't very good, if you can tell there. Okay, so we got this one. We got the X marks the spot. Now the secret doors are on the second floor. So we can put some... Yes, they're on the second floor. These are the... Yeah, alright. Let's do this. We're gonna fix this here. We want the material brush. No, we want the pattern brush. Pattern shape, and this does not remember. But it's called cave floor. I sure wish you could search through here. Like, what did he do on this update? Last time I was complaining he never updates, but he did an update, so I need to stop talking shit. I actually want the grid on. I mean, no, I don't need to stop talking shit. We need to, there we go. We need to see what changes he did and see if my shit talking actually mattered or was relevant. Mattered meaning, was I talking out of my ass, or did this update? So one of the things I was saying is, like, if he did updates and it solves a bunch of problems, then it's great. I want this to snap, but let's see. Oh, fucking beveled corners, you piece of shit. Alright, I think we're gonna have to do it like this. And yeah, see, I didn't know I was gonna add this, so now these walls look fucking stupid. Thus is life, though, right? Whoa. There's probably a hotkey to turn snapping, or maybe not, but it would be nice if there was a hotkey to turn snapping on and off. Basically, we're gonna put a wall here in Foundry, so they won't be able to see this. We'll have a wall that goes around like this, and they'll just see the edge of the cliff. And on this, we'll have a wall that goes like this, and then we'll pop a secret door in here. So that's one secret door. Like, I wish you could. I don't think this does what I want it to. I think we already tried this, didn't we? Yeah, it looks like shit like that too. Which looks less like shit. I think it looks less like shit with over. So I don't know if he can do anything about that. Um, like these things doing that. Okay. Fuck. Okay. I think this is going to look better. Once again, when we put in walls, they're going to go along the grid line, and you probably won't be able to tell. Walls and Foundry, that is. Let's save this guy. And then let's put this other secret door in. The other option is to redraw all the walls, and I don't feel like redrawing all the walls. I don't do lighting in DungeonDraft. I do it all in Foundry. One of the things that would be really nice is if I didn't need two programs to make this happen. If I could do everything in one program, it'd be amazing. You kind of can in Foundry, but you can't. You're gonna have to like create tiles and stuff in. Yeah, I think these two. I was thinking about putting a secret door here, but let's not have every one of these things a secret door. That will give us 2 exits for this level. So if the adventurers come down, they can get up and down here, up and down here, up and down there. Then the monsters can also escape, or they can jump down this hole. So we're gonna go back to here. X marks the spot. So that is an actual whatchamacallit, stairway that is staying there. We can't see the edge of the thing. I think I deleted it. I can't remember why I deleted it. I think it was I needed to delete it for some other reason. So let's turn this though into the kind of pool of water, and we'll use this like our water testing here. Can I get rid of this stuff? No. What do we want this water to look like? I just had an idea here. Let's go back to our terrain brush. See, the terrain brush stays if everything else stayed. All right, we don't want this to be this dirt color. We want this to be like this kind of, and we'll put some like dirt, you know, some of this dirt coming in. But first, let's work on this water idea, since this water thing's new to me. Let's just draw a square. Yeah, I don't want it to be blue. The other option is actually, let's see, maybe we do want it to be blue. We want this to be cave floor. And that's how that guy was doing it. I guess we could go to blue water. We're gonna have to redo all this water anyway. It's just out of laziness. We can go to blue water. It looks okay. And then the other thing I wanted to do for this test, we're gonna do another test. It's always so many fucking tests, right? 46 minutes in and I've drawn 4 walls. We're gonna put some rubble. Is that how you spell rubble? Looks like it. Down here. Man, we have so many rubble options. I love it. I've been complaining. I need more rubble for fuck's sake. We're gonna go into the below. Wait, below water, below ground, below ground. That's never done anything. Okay, below water. Now, what happens if I do one on the normal level? That looks pretty good. See, what I'm thinking here is that some of it sticks out the top. I think we might just stick with blue. The reason why I don't want to change is I'm going to make the water blue all the way back here. So let's pretend we're going to leave this here. Because I'm going to have to adjust this every time and it's going to fucking suck. All right, let's go back to our terrain. Yeah, it's going to suck. Nope, wrong one. What will we put under here though? Let's find out. Sorry, if you see me making weird faces, it's because I'm listening to music. Okay, so we got the mud here. Let's put this water back. Well, let's put this here to see what. Okay, maybe. I mean, I guess it is muddy underneath the water, right? See, I fucked up. What was that other weird line over there? You see what I'm holding down? There's something up. No, it's gone. Let's see here. Oh, you know what it does remember is disabled borders. So what I would like to see is more updates from him where little things are fixed. You know, all right, what do you think? That looks like water. It's hard to tell. It looks like water over mud. Once again, we'll want to get rid of these things and put them in. Those are objects. Let's put another object in here. I don't think it was called a rut. It was called like wagon something. Fuck, I'll never find that shit again. Wheel. Um, I remember I was looking for something else when I stumbled across that. So anyways, like he added the path search. You can now search through the paths. If you go to path, you can go to pathing tool. It's now over here and you can search through it. Like that's amazing. That's awesome. Thanks for adding that. Well, why not have a much smaller release with a search through here, you know, or whatever, or whatever. Wall right here. Here's a perfect one. Doing a small release that this is updated. Or maybe that's all he added was the search thing. Um, how am I going to find it? We have used. I deleted that one. Can I undo my deletes? I can. They don't appear on here though. Where the fuck was that? Bedding, bedrolls, blast marks, blood, boats, body pieces, bonfires, book stands. Oh, I forgot that I need to have my stats up here. Yeah, I don't know. Everything's fixed. I guess it's just when I start shit, it goes crazy. Bushes. I do want some bushes later. Candelabras. I like candelabras, but I have a hard feeling about them because you're looking down from the top. Are you looking through the candelabra? That's weird. Um, carts and wagons. Nope. What else would this be called? Cloth. I mean, I found it last time. I could watch my 3-hour video and try to find where I found it. Fences, fields, firewood, flags, food, furniture. Yeah, I'm so stoked on this broken shit. Games and toys. I do wish they would add a few more games. But they have such a huge list of stuff that they're doing that we'll probably never get to. Well, they'll get to it, but it's not something. They do like a voting thing, actually. See, like this weirds me out. Like, why did it's so many keys and locks? I guess they're just different colors, but like the magic circles a lot. Manholes. Mine cart? Mine tracks. No. Tracks. Maybe it's under tracks. Miscellaneous. There's a bird nest. I think I used that actually. Um, no. Pillars. Pillars are pretty useful. Planks are planks are pretty useful actually. Maybe I'll replace this thing with a plank. I probably scrolled past it already. Railings. I'm gonna Google or not Google. I'm gonna search. Yeah, look at all this rubble. Um, sarcophagi, seating, shelves, signs, stairs, spell components. Come on. I'm gonna search tracks. Tools, trapdoors. How the fuck did I find that last time? Weapons. I was hoping they added some more shields. Webs. Webs are great. Yeah, huh. Let's search. I mean, I did find it at some point. Maybe like I was looking in paths or something and then I found it. Oh yeah, it's over here. So, and then from there I figured out what it was called. Or maybe it was a path. It was it a path? Tracks. Those are Solo Rusty. Here we go. Road tracks, path. There, I found there was one on its own though. Oh, it's this one. Okay, it was a path that was the issue the whole time. Let's like do some. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. All that for nothing. Okay, so that makes it look a lot better if you do it that way. So the choice is, I mean, all that time just to find that one thing. The choice is, and get rid of those. Put the water as blue, or we have to go in and every time we fuck with water, we change these these things. Let's put, all right, so let's figure this out. What is underneath the water that's not this muddy as shit? So we're gonna need a different terrain for underneath that, right? I don't think we want that. What does this rock look like? Yeah, that we don't really want that. Though that is a kind of interesting idea. Cobblestone dirt, we don't want that. Gravel. That's what we're making the roads out of though. Let's see how this looks once we put some water over it. We can put in some Easter eggs too later. I just, you know, you could put some corpses and shit under here. That's an Easter egg on my map. And then there was some corpses. All right. I kind of like the filthy water, but we can undo this here. If we can go back if this looks like shit, and we can pick the watercolor. But I really, that's gonna be such a bummer. Um, I'm thinking right now that we're probably gonna have to. When I take a smoke break, I'll probably go out and make that decision. But in the meantime, what we can do is we want, how big is this brush? All right, that brush is too big. One down. We're gonna go like this. Is that the edge of the map? Oh, shit. It wasn't the edge of the map. Fuck. Fuck you. All right, one smaller. And I was doing that same thing again, where I wasn't letting up. Okay. So that actually doesn't look, that looks pretty good for water, but it also looks like it's kind of slow moving water. And it's not the gross water like I wanted. Why is this so difficult here? Oh, I know why it's so difficult, because this is a tiny... Oh, it's not, that's not why. It's because fuck this program. No, it's because yeah, it wants to put this shape in here all weird. That's okay though. We can do this shape For this part, it doesn't matter because we're just overlapping and we can do this. All right, everything's fine there. This is kind of a pretty straight liney, but it's not the end of the world. Do we want any, maybe, you know, I think we're gonna have to. I'm almost positive we're gonna have to adjust the color of the water. But we got that tested in there, and then we got this tested here. Let's put another, oh, I guess I accidentally removed my, or not accidentally. Let's put some rubble in here, because I'm gonna export this. Rubble. Man, I love the rubble options. We want this shittier rebel. Actually, what about trash? I'd rather have trash down here. Oh, there's no trash options. We can use rebel first and then put trash on top of it. That is huge. That is a huge amount of rebel. All right, let's put like something like this. This is all a test for the export. And, you know, I'd probably use different piles of rebel there. And then we'll put this pile right on top. And now we'll export this. I know I'm leaving that X there. Export. Go back to here. Make sure we're not on that map. I mean, we're not, but we'll make sure. And export. First floor. Save. Yes. All right, while that's exporting, I'm going to go smoke. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Oh, I have a thing for that. Let's put this up. I'm somehow connected. Less than 0 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. All right. That whole time I didn't even think about the water, which was the whole point of that. I was thinking about traps. Um, I don't put traps on my map because you can't make them invisible, and you got to put them in Foundry, and you're not allowed to add trap tiles in Foundry or individual tiles in Foundry for Forgotten Adventures. Just gotta wait for this to load here. All right, how does this look in Foundry? This actually looks pretty good. You can't tell that that's this. It's the same. That looks okay. I go to the first floor here and find X marks the spot here. You won't be able to see those squares as a player. We can actually click on this player and, oh, maybe you can. Let's fix that. Oh, that is invisible? Why can I see that? Maybe because I'm in the DM side. Let's log in here. And let's see here. Oh, I put passwords on these guys. The joy of random passwords generation. Oh, my computer, I can hear it speeding up. Doesn't like when I it doesn't like it when I log in as a player. All right, this is here. Hey, Cromwell, thank you for the follow. How is your day going? All right, so this looks actually pretty good. I wasn't sure if this would look that good, but this is what I was trying to get to here was this like you can look down the hole and then there's water down there. It is going pretty good. I gotta fix this guy. We're gonna teleport this guy to the ground here. I am figuring out how to use water right now in DungeonDraft. Okay, and this looks less good. Obviously, there's a bunch of shit piled up there. That looks okay. I think blue would actually work there, but all right, I think we're gonna have to go. I think we're gonna have to do it. Let's go to here. We're gonna have to do that. I'm just gonna have to record what color I pick, which is gonna be a bummer. But we can do it. All right, like let's do this color. Let's undo all this water and stuff I did. Do you make maps? I guess I can't undo this stuff, huh? Okay. Well, we'll just go over it. Oh, we gotta pick this color too. So let's do. Oh, now print screen's working. And go to the shallow water and change this to the same as the other one for now. And did that change all the water to that color? No. That's too dark. Let's go. I think we need to go like this. I want some nasty looking water is what I'm going for here. That might still be a little too dark, I think. It probably looks different too on every screen. I'm curious. I'm gonna move it to my other screen here. Yeah, it looks so much darker on my other screen. I have some ancient monitor, like a flat screen monitor that I bought in, I don't know what year, 1915. And that is, oh wow, it looks like magenta. No, not magenta. I don't know what color I'm trying to say. It does not look like that. Uh, that looks nasty though, and it almost matches with this. It's more of a yellowy, what's that baby shit color? Yeah. No, it does. Maybe we don't want dark urine color. I mean, I kind of do, but um, yeah, we need to go lighter, I think, though. It's just gonna get more urine-y, though. I mean, it almost matches with this other stuff. With this underneath it, it looks so much better. I mean, it doesn't move in the water doesn't move in Foundry. What happens if I change this too? I don't think I'm doing deep water yet, but let's see. All right, let's undo all this crap. Let's go back here. Sometimes there's like too much to compare. Can I get rid of this? No. No. Yes. But I can't go back from there unless I just undid something else that I did on another part. Probably just did. Man, this is a hard. I knew this was going to be a pain in the ass. That's why I was reluctant to do this. Especially because I have to record this and then change it back. I can't even tell the difference between those. This is definitely very urine colored. Maybe we don't want urine colored. What other choices have we got? What other thoughts can we do? We could do green. This is like very neon. That's not bad, actually. Let's look at this on my other monitor. I know you guys can't see that. This isn't touch of gray. That might work too. Let me record what this color is. This actually might, that makes it look less urine. Let's see, gray. Like that much gray? Well, let's just see what it looks like. This is just the deep water. That kind of gives it depth. The gray, actually the gray works too. Let's look at this on my other monitor. Some stuff looks way better on my other monitor. I think actually the gray might be the solution here. Let's make this really big here. Let's make my tool bigger. Now it's hard to tell because it's going over different background textures. I think the gray is the solution. Let's look. Okay, so gray or green. Let's go back to here. I'm hoping to only have to use one color of water the whole place. That definitely gives it like depth. Let me screenshot this one here. And let's put back this green color and compare here. What we're doing here. Wow, that actually works. That works with this mud. The having the shallow, but 50 or 2, 4, 9, 10. Oh, that changed this to all green too. I think the green's too green. Yeah, it's too like mysterious or something. All right, let's go back to this gray again. I guess, can I just add? Oh, I can add it down here. I don't think it's gonna save though. That's the issue. What is this? 205. I think we're gonna go with the gray. I think he solved it, Cromwell. The urine in the gray, I think, works, and that actually works here. And it's hard to tell because I have so many different textures here, but I think that works here as well. All right, let's do this for real now. We're gonna have the underground part. Let's undo all this crap if I can. How far can I undo? I'm probably undoing something I don't mean to. No, we're here. We're at this spot. All right, let's go back to my terrain tool. And we want cave floor. And the reason why this is kind of a circle is we'll have like a trash area. Then I'm actually going to go back to mine. Yeah, what we'll do, I'm thinking here, we're gonna go to my pattern shape, and we're gonna make all the floors again for this underground level. And what we gotta remember here is we have down to here. I can't remember why I deleted this line off the first floor. There was a reason behind it, but I can't remember what it was. So I want this to be like pretty. I just want to be able to see that line. Which I can't. Let me fix that. Oh, we're comparing to the fourth floor again. Every time. See, that's what I'm talking about with the minor fixes. Like, that could be an easy fix. Just have it remember the last place you're on there, and then you could release an update. Megasploot could. So how close are my roads? My roads are a pretty good indicator. Well, not there. So we got plenty of space though. So this is gonna be the trash room. So let's do that. First floor. Let's make this big. This is gonna have to come through though. So let's first make this pretty big. We'll have the trash room like a nice big. What do we got? 10 by 10. And then we can put the water, not the whole thing won't be water. It'll just be like this. The water will come in and be like a part here. And Actually, I think we're gonna have to do the water first. We're gonna have to put this in here first. So let's go to our path tool again. And so, like I said, this is the new thing from the update that I did this right before I started streaming. So this path, if I knew the name of it, I can search for it in here. These are not the ones I use, but I might use those at some point. All right, it's one of these. I think it's like something 3. Oh, wait, did I write it down over here? I did. It's volcanic stone C3. Will this bring me just the C3s? Yes, it will. Is that the same? That's not the same. That must be a different. That must be my outer wall. Yeah, if you haven't used it. So, all right. The caveat with DungeonDraft is it's clunky as shit. But I use it for all my maps for Foundry. So and I tried to just use Foundry. It's like so this one here. This is a good example. It's gonna take a second to load. So it's clunky as shit, and like half the issues I have with it though are issues of just not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. So I'll put that caveat in there as well. But it is clunky. Don't save your saves in any user folder, or they won't always save, which like ruined a bunch of my maps. I had to like hours, even though it said it was auto saving down the bottom, hours of work was lost. But you can do so. It's the best one I've found so far, basically. And these don't come with it though. I purchased these. These are Forgotten Adventures assets. I'm trying to make sure I get that right. I don't think that's the same as this one. Let's see. No, it's not. It's similar. So Forgotten Adventures sells them through their Patreon. It's on my GitHub. Oh, this might be it. I think this is it. Yeah, it's this one. What is this one? I'm gonna put this C1. I'm gonna put this over here. And we gotta put my watercolor in here. R G 202 and A 255. Probably could have just put the hex in here, but we'll just do this. So anyways, yeah, DungeonDraft is really clunky, but it's the best one I've found so far. And I shit talk it all the time, but I shit talk everything. And this is not shallow water. This is deep color and stuff. So it's not going to remember. I already tested this earlier. It's not going to remember these settings, which is why I have to write them down here. And then shallow is like there's a lot of weird shit like that where it just doesn't remember stuff where it should. There's actually all sorts of stuff it doesn't remember where stuff it should. But there was an update today, so he does do updates, or I don't know if it was today, but today I updated it. And A is 255, and oh, I can't scroll down on this other monitor to look at this. What is it? E3A. Yeah, totally. That's what it's like. It's like having a friend. They're shit talking. And if you put what did I put it in here? I think it's this. Yeah, so I have all my maps on GitHub, and so there's a lot of like free maps and stuff that you can download and edit. You need the Forgotten Adventures. We don't need that open anymore. You need the Forgotten Adventures assets, but they're pretty cheap. Why can't I scroll in and out here? There we go. All right, so I got that recorded. This is C1. Water sides? Water, um, what? Cavern? Cavern? Something. What's the wrong one here? I needed my path tool again. And I still have it selected. All right. And I placed so I put all this ground. I picked this ground to have everything this color because you're not going to be able to see it if you look at like Foundry. Oh, I was going to say like this is like a finished map of mine, where it's got multiple levels. There's trees and shit everywhere. I love trees. This map is actually the most Foundry intensive map because it has so many walls. I'm gonna click this and then it's gonna be over for Foundry. Every tree has 5 walls, so it like grinds this map to shit. But this is like a more finished. When you start it, they all look like crap. But it has an underground level. There's the ground level, then this roofs and trees. But like I did all this actually the trees didn't take that long in DungeonDraft, but it flattens it out. So if you zoom way in, you can't adjust stuff in here, but it's a flat. Well, I'm dragging something around. I don't know what I'm dragging around there. Something bad happened. Oh God, what have I done? I moved a tile. I'm waiting patiently for it to do something. There we go. Um, it just when you first start maps, they look really terrible. But in this one has 4 levels, so it's like a even weirder thing. But yeah, all of the main tiles are done in DungeonDraft. This is where it's going to get like a little weird, is trying to like connect these things where the player wouldn't be able to notice is going to be real difficult. And probably somewhat impossible. And see, I'm hitting Control Z and undo isn't working. So there's definitely some jank to it. I think if I actually go about right here. No, that's pretty obvious. We might have to just use Foundry to like put a wall around this joint. Just make sure the players never see this part, basically, is what I'm saying. That might be the only, we can do fade over here. Maybe that'll make it look a little less worse. Oh, I just undid something else. Yeah, and I already did this one. You can't like add fade later. Yeah. Sandwich kind of sounds good, actually. I don't think I can do that. Can I add fade? Whoa. No. Oh, I can't undo that? Well, that's a bummer. Oh, I have the wrong layer on, too. Alright, that is... Let's keep fade on, and we're just gonna have to live with whatever comes out here. We can do like that. And... This doesn't have to be so tight there, because... That was just for a guide of where we're going here. And I still think, yeah, we'll have this go down. Oh, I undid my floor is what I accidentally undid. So there are kind of like 2 floors on this floor, which is going to be kind of weird. You know, we don't need this thing to be so straight. How much time do we have? Or time? How much, there we go. Now we come in like this. Oh, but with my secret, oh, that doesn't look too bad. With my secret doors and shit. No, no, what have I done? Oh man, let's edit that. If I can, yeah, we got one weirdness. Oh. It was almost perfect too, then I clicked it wrong. Man, it was almost perfect. I wonder if I move this one. Yeah, there we go. We can maybe make this like that and then move this back a little bit. Well, nope. As close as we're going to get. And then we're going to do the same thing from the other direction here. This is an awful straight thing there. I don't like that. Oh, but then my fade's all fucked up. I forgot about that. Forgot it does that. All right, start over. Okay, no fades allowed for this part. We just got to turn off edit. We're just going to go with whatever we get, basically. We might be able to fix... All right, that works. That works fine. And, you know, let's have this less straight. I think that's one of the issues with my maps is I know I'm talking about I hate straight lines. I think I use, like, too many straight lines for, like, certain stuff. Big things. So let's do this. We're going to make this a lot bigger. But we can make the room bigger and this water part less. Yeah. So let's do this. We just have to have these match up here. Especially if we got the players going in there. Yes. Okay. And then we gotta go the other direction. Keep clicking over and over until I get, oh, pretty close. A pretty close spot there. Oh, it's a little wider. What we'll do, we can change this around too with the edit tool later if we want to have, you know, some craziness here. So this is going to be kind of an underground or another lower level that isn't going to be lower level Foundry, if that makes sense. Make this go on tight here. Make this bigger. Just because I don't think it's necessary. I guess you could do it. How would I do that? I'd have to do a whole nother level, which I don't think is necessary. I mean, I guess I could. I'd have to change this. Man, it'd be a big pain in the ass. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to do the big pain in the ass here. Yeah, that has that little thing there, but I think that's as good as we're going to get. Then let's go back and fill this ground in with what the ground we want. And I think what we're going to do is, oh, I took the little V off. It's over here somewhere. I liked the pebbled floor thing that I had. I think that actually works okay for up to this one. I think that works okay up to when it goes underground. Then we'll change it to the like black pebbled floor thing. Yeah, I'm thinking I could do it, but I would have to redraw just this part for underground, and I don't think that's necessary. I mean, whoops, that's far enough. Actually, we could do this part this whole way just to make life easier, and it doesn't really matter because we're gonna have water on top of it. Yeah, and then we'll put all that rubble in too here. We're gonna redraw or draw over those other things there. Oh, it doesn't go over this. Okay, that doesn't matter. For a second there, I thought I was fucked, but I am okay. All right, just gotta make sure that this. Yeah, because we're gonna put water over this whole texture. I guess we could put the black water. Jesus Christ, I better double check. I always want to double check everything. Water. And yeah, it doesn't even matter if I put gray or whoops. Yeah, that won't even matter. And what I keep talking about the levels is I could make this whole thing another level. I'm thinking now I could actually export it twice. One time is the level. I might do that. Export it as this level and then another level. How would we do that? I would have to cut out this one. So the only issue is that if you have a token back here, you'd be able to see a token in here, like down a little bit. But does that really matter? I don't think it matters that much. Let's double check that this looks. Whoops. And let's make sure how this looks here. Yeah, and we can put some rocks and shit underground here. And I'm gonna export this again and we'll look. I think it will be fine. Whoops, god damn it. I think it will be fine. I'm still thinking about the levels thing. I think it will be fine though. Alright, let's export this shit. Let's make sure we're not on here. I mean, in a perfect world, that's what I would do, is I would make that, and you'd have to make it transparent on the other level, though, which is like a huge pain in the ass. I mean, I assume you have to make it transparent. We could look here. We can test it on one of these other ones. I want to test it on a finished one. I guess we could test it on this one. We gotta wait until this is finished, though. Takes a while. Close that one and that one. Actually, it's gonna open again when it's done here. All right, that flash. And that means it's done. Then we wait some more. So I'm pretty sure you have to have it transparent. I mean, when we see through, I think I tested this back in the day when I first started using levels. We can find out though. Yeah, I think this works. So let's see here. We'll just go to some like random. Yeah, we'll do. This is perfect. We'll just make a box here and make this a hole. Why is the color of my thing is gone? Oh, that's why. Let's make a box here. So this is definitely not transparent, and we need to make this a hole. And we need this to go from 0 to 19. And not do that. I'm using the DungeonDraft commands in Foundry, or keys in Foundry, which is fucking shit up. Let's go back to level 1. And then let's put this guy over here. And yeah, so it tries to, whoops. Oh, weird, this thing moved. Never seen that happen before. It tries to show it, but yeah, this has to be transparent. So the only way we could do that is by, and there's no transparent tool. That would be amazing if there was a transparency tool in DungeonDrafts and where you could transparent stuff, but you can't. So I'm not going to take the time to make this a whole nother level just for this thing. So back to what we were doing, because that's going to be, I mean, a ton of time, and I do. For a second there, I didn't think we were drawing anything. Yeah, too much time to do that for just this part, and I think it will be fine. We can just try to make it so that marks would be the one. I guess we'll just have like the path open up here and open up over here. That's kind of weird to do too. We'll figure it out. How to do that, but I'm thinking about that. let's do that first too. We want this to be this guy. And let's say the room's over here. I was going to use, let's see if we do use a different wall tool. Yes. I was going to use the other cave tool, which is a path tool. How is this going to work here? How much work am I setting up? I already keep adding and adding to this map. I was like, this is going to be an easy, quick one. It's just going to have quick 4 levels, and then it just, no. It's going to be like this one, I think is the one we want. Yeah. What does it look like? All right, not that direction. Yeah, this direction. Undo. All right, so this is going to be one of those things that's going to be ultra sketch to draw. We're going to have to do one continuous line of the whole underground with this thing. But what I'm thinking to solve the issue with the, so let's say, you know, we're going like this here. It doesn't really match, but it's close enough. Let's say this is a tunnel that they can actually get through here. You know, we make it like that, so as they're coming up, so it doesn't matter what level this is on, they would be able to see, you know, everyone most of the time. I guess if they were hiding down here. Yeah, that's how we'll have to do it. It'll be fine. Everything is going to be fine. All right, back to the floor thing, though. This is done, right? We finished this? No, we didn't. We got to go to the train. I'm going to need to pick up my pace. I'm lagging on this map also really hard. I think I don't know. I was trying to explain to my players how long it takes to make a map, and they were like thought I was joking. I was like, this is a map I like a test map I did, and it took me like 100 hours. And they're obviously I was still learning too at the time, but they were just like, thought I was kidding. I gotta add some. I gotta change my music. My music just stopped. Or no, it just says it was asking if I'm still. All right. Wonder if it'd be faster. Instead of drawing this, I wonder if it'd be faster with the pattern tool. Let's look. Which one am I using here? Light B. Um, sorry, I had to bring up my frame rate thing to make sure I'm not or losing a bunch of frames like I was before. It was light B, gravel something. Guess it wasn't that. Gravel light B. This guy here. It's probably gonna be faster to do it this way. But let's see what happens when I put water. How is your sandwich? Let's see what happens when I put water on top. I'm gonna guess that we're gonna see issues, but yeah, we can't do it. We only can do it on top of terrain, which makes I couldn't even put water then on the other levels. This is the only level I can put water on. That's one of the reasons why I don't use the water brush. Sorry, we need to go back to terrain. Ah, the classic grilled cheese. So this is what happens when I have grilled cheese is I make a grilled cheese and I'm like, man, that was really good. I think I'll make another. And then that's for the rest of the night. I'm just eating grilled cheese sandwiches. All right. I have to fill this whole thing in with the train tool. Otherwise you know what? It doesn't even matter at this point if I go over the edges. It doesn't matter because we're going to color in another part. Okay, where that V is, it does matter. All right, and we're also going to make this match up to the mud that I have here. Now we're going to go over this blue water as well. All right, we already did that. Looks like maybe we missed something there. All right, let's go back to our water tool, wherever the fuck it is. We got all the way from up there. And this does matter. The other one didn't matter because I can just draw over it, but this one I got to keep the water in the lines this time. And at the same time not miss any little edges here. I do with the grilled cheese, a lot of times I'll do soup too with it just because I hate tomatoes, so I don't do like the tomato soup classic that everyone else does, but water seems easier to draw at least. I still am losing occasional frame rate. That's because I turned all this shit back on and that I turned off before. Whoops. So I'm running a different game now because I killed my players in the other game, and I might use this thing, but I might also throw together like a much simpler like fortress map. Not with all these levels, not with like 4 levels and underground dungeons and shit, but more like one level with like some walls. It takes place in a jungle, and giants live in this castle and this like fortress. Um, yeah, I think that, well, tomato, I don't know if that specifically is the classic, but oh, that did it on its own. That's definitely part, you know, that looks so much better. Like you can tell it's water and it matches in with the mud color. That's amazing. All right. Thank you for the suggestion there. And we already did this with the gray. Because I'm going to put some shit underneath the water there too. Okay, so this part of the water's done. Let's save this. I know it says success that it's auto saving down there sometimes, but it's not. Not always. Um, okay. What is next with this part? We got the water, so now we're gonna have to put in all the floors. And what we're gonna do with the floors is we're gonna use them as a guide when I have to draw that continuous line through the whole thing. So let's do the floors. Um, we don't need this actually floor to be this. Nope, that's the wrong one. We want pattern shape tool. And I don't actually want this that big. We'll have it. Whoa. Yeah, I actually, so I can cook, but I dislike cooking. None of my friends kind of understand. They're like, "Why did you eat a sandwich for the past 2 days?" I just don't like it cooking that much. I want this to be not that far. And make this like that, and this to here-ish. And now this is sitting on top of this other train, but this other train doesn't matter while it's underground because we're gonna put walls in that people can't see. I can't see my. There we go. This is that thing from the level. Why can't I still see? There we go. We're gonna go. It is really hard to see the grid on that. Oh, wrong one. We want this one. All right, so that's the entrance, and we're gonna make these not. Remember, I'm gonna have this not connect here. Maybe we'll have it like go down this way or something. We actually want this too wide pretty much everywhere. It's not gonna be the case when we draw the walls in. They're not gonna be too high or wide because they're. We're gonna put the walls in a little bit. That's like what's going on here. At like 1.5. It's like 3. That's actually okay. We can adjust that shit later. We just need a general map how things are overlap or what we're doing with what. It's gonna be underground tunnel. Remember, we're in one fell swoop. The whole underground, one fell swoop. This is outside, so we're getting close to the edge there. Maybe like a room. Oh, you're dropping frames like mad. Thank you for the. It's the thing. It's the Twitch things seem to destroy. Twitch itself is the issue. Let's see here. I guess we'll turn off that too. Yeah, I think the thing is it's when you're in your Twitch dashboard, it has a video of yourself, so you can compare, and it seems to be that video of myself is the thing that really destroys. I just turned it back on like 20 minutes ago because I thought I'd give it another shot. Thank you for telling me. Then we'll go like to here. We'll have these walls. Oh, you know what? The only issue with doing this as its own, doing it this way, now that I think about it, is this is gonna be too much of a pain to cut out, actually. Okay, I'll have to draw in a thing that I can't. It's gonna have to follow along this whole thing, which is fine. Otherwise, they'll need to be able to go underneath this, which we can't have them do. Otherwise, I'll have to have another level for this. So basically, this was a mistake. I should have had it on the same. I guess I could get rid of this. That whole path. It's kind of a bummer. I like this level, a little bit of level. All right, I'm gonna take a smoke break real quick, and then I will decide if I want to take this whole thing out of here. What would my other choices be, though? I think I might have to, actually. Let's see. If they come in, like, so let's say they sneak in through here. No, I can still deal with this. I can just have the other. Yeah, we just have to have a wall that follows along it. so that there aren't multiple levels. Yeah, that will work. All right, I'm gonna take a quick smoke break. I will be right back. Let me reset my thing here. Less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. Crom, I was thinking while I was out there, do you currently make maps? Curious what if you do, um, what program you're using. Now this is gonna have to go over. Let's do a half here. Because there's also this someone in chat was telling me about Tailspire, which is like a 3D one. The difference being, the main difference being that it's 3D and it has less assets. So these, I pay for these assets. If the normal assets, like if you go to like object tools, these are the normal assets that it comes with, like down to here, like these weird drawn ones. DungeonDraft, like these weird. These are the free ones. They're a lot lower quality, but the Forgotten Realms ones, you can, like all these mushrooms. This is a Forgotten Adventures, not Forgotten Realms. Oh yeah, what program are you using? What game are you playing? My frames, I gotta bring my frame thing back up, make sure I can. All right, it looks okay. Yeah, I just can't have Firefox open. That's the key. What was I doing here? Back to my pattern tool. Oh, you're using Foundry. Yeah, so I tried drawing the maps in Foundry first. And I highly recommend the levels mod that Ripper does. Like, highly, highly recommend that. I think we want this to not connect over there. Maybe don't make the maps as giant and huge as I am. That'd be the one thing. I want this to be like half. There we go. I don't want these actually to touch. But so we were playing a game where there was two different scenes in Foundry, and the characters could go underground, and they would go underground, and then I'd say, okay, this person's on the other scene, and then the person I would have was jumping between scenes. It was actually they were going into a basement, so there's a fight on the upper floor, and there's a fight in the basement, and it got really really tedious jumping between scenes. But if we had had levels at that time, they could move between them and see what was going on. Um, Man, Star Wars should be interesting. I haven't seen any. There's very few futuristic uh, pre-made maps. I wish there was more of them actually, because I'm developing my own game that I want to do like a cyberpunk type thing. And we're gonna go up here. Call of Cthulhu is great, of course. Always great. I think I'm still good. We can make these bigger. So what I'm thinking over here is maybe have like a slimy something slithery living there. I think we're okay there. Oh, I dropped some frames again. Not too bad, but it hates when I zoom as well. Zoom in and out. This is all going to make sense here eventually. Do we want this to connect back? Probably. It'll make this much more difficult to draw, but that's okay. I ran a couple of Call of Cthulhu games back in the day, and everyone went insane. Every time I played it, pretty much right off the bat. They just went crazy. Okay, so maybe one more thing here. Yeah, I've ran, so almost all my games are ancient. The current game that I'm running is a Pathfinder 1, but almost all my games before that are ancient. Let's put this. So I have like first edition um, Cyberpunk. I have a bunch of first edition Cyberpunk stuff. I was looking through it, and the hacker part was, and it came back to me running it was whenever anyone played the Netrunner or whatever it's called, everyone else would get annoyed because they have their own little mini game that no one else can join in, and so everyone would be sitting around going like, "Oh fuck, not another Netrunner part." I don't know if Cyberpunk's still like that. I doubt it. All right, let me compare to make sure I haven't made any mistakes here with this second floor shit. So I don't know anything about the second edition of Pathfinder. Yeah, I went too far. I went outside the boundaries there. Let's leave this on and edit this out. Okay, this one is also too far. This one is 2. Man, we'll go to edit points here. And that's okay. That's okay. This is a little bit too far, but that's alright. We can easily just do like that. This is a clusterfuck. We need to delete this. We can make this the secret door, though, I was talking about. Be a secret door out of this place. Yeah, one of my players looked into Pathfinder 2. I think this is too far out here. And he says he was shocked by how much the rules changed, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Okay, that will be the secret door out of there. I want him always to have one escape route, the monsters, that is. And I think that's going to work. We can put a little more down here. Oh, I'm dropping frame rates again. What the hell, man? Whoops, I still have edit on. What the hell? So that's the other big issue with DungeonDraft is it grinds. It grinds your computer. I can't have DungeonDraft and Foundry open at the same time when I'm running a game. It causes too many issues. So we can actually make this a little bigger, and we'll have one final room down there. And I think we're gonna make this meet up. We're ready for the next part, which is drawing this one continuous wall all the way down here. So it doesn't grind the CPU. The CPU it's at 2% right now. It grinds my graphics card worse than video games do. And I have a 2080, and I want to get a second 2080 for streaming, but they're like $1,000 right now. It's just there's something really poorly made with DungeonDraft. I don't know what the deal is with that, but yeah, it doesn't. It has issues. And so, like I was saying, I can play video games, I can stream video games and stuff, but well, we got an issue here. But when it comes to, oh, is that where that wall was? DungeonDraft, it can't do it. No, that was fine. That's okay. This is okay. Yeah. Yeah, and also the scalpers, man. I saw something on Reddit. It was like a picture of a bunch of people. I'm looking at what is going on with my GPU right now? Yeah, it's maxing out. It's DungeonDraft. 60% of it is DungeonDraft grinding. Yeah, I saw a picture on Reddit of like just a truck full of they were actually probably like PS4s or whatever the new PlayStations are. Yeah, I can't even get 60 frame rates right now. All right, well, I'm just going to continue on. I turned off everything else, I think. Let me double check. Oh, you know what? The other thing that I did last time that fixed this was I did this, and that solved a bunch of issues. Let's see if that did it again. If I turn off my camera, that's the other thing. It's so weird. It's only with DungeonDraft that my camera suddenly starts using a ton of, yeah, that solved everything as well. Yeah, it's just something with DungeonDraft is jacked up. What does everyone always complain about? Memory leaks. There's probably a memory leak. All right, back to this path tool. So what we can do now that I drew all the floors in, we're gonna make one wall, and this is gonna be sketch as fuck, like I said. We're gonna draw this wall all the way around all of these things. It's gonna be one wall that goes through all of this, and I can't make any mistakes, or we have to start over. And it's gonna have to go through all of this. Is this gonna be possible? This is the trash area. Yeah. We'll just start here. We will start up. I'm gonna have to compare this though. That's gonna suck. No, those walls are I'm gonna have to draw in Foundry. So you can import the grid and the lighting into Foundry from DungeonDraft in the walls, but if you want multiple levels, you can, and I found it's easier just to do it with do it all of the walls in Foundry. What I'm talking about, the reason why I want to do one continuous wall is because trying to connect the walls looks weird. This is gonna be the walls for what the players see. So basically, if I go to here, where's another? It's in this one in Foundry here. Oh, I'm still dropping some frames even with my video turned off. That's crazy. What else does it think's grinding? Oh, Foundry. Like this. So underground, like these walls. So I have the Foundry walls up here, and like if you imported this would never fly from DungeonDraft. I just drew these manually. But so there's like doors. These are invisible walls. I can't remember why I had to put invisible walls here, but I did. And so this is, I'm going to draw that. This is one continuous wall that I started drawing, you know, and then I draw the Foundry wall on top of the DungeonDraft wall. So basically, I should be able to, where's the entrance? The entrance is right there. Can I see, my paths? Not really, so let's do this. I put a text box and a marker kind of where the walls are. So this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna, it's doable. I drew all the other walls as one continuous thing. So we're gonna go like this. Oh, we got snap on. I was like, what is going on here already? I already have issues. This needs to go follow along. How is this gonna work? Let me double check this is gonna work how I want it to work. So that's entrance. That can't be sticking out that far though. So I need to start back here. They're gonna go in underground. I need to start there. How is this gonna work here? I need to start like right here. Let's see. Before I draw the whole map like this, I'm gonna have to do a little test. First floor, export. Well, let's get rid of this. Let's make sure we're on blank here. And export away here. Also, if you click on anything while it's exporting, like you can actually click on the map and stuff, it just breaks the export. So you gotta like all hands off, no touching of your mouse or anything while it's exporting. Yeah, so I started, this is like right before the pandemic, or it wasn't middle pandemic, I don't know. At some point, I started using Foundry for virtual stuff. And the one joy of that is that people from anywhere in the world can play. Before it was, you know, you had to get people to actually be in the same city. And now I have like one person in San Francisco and then two people in Portland, Oregon, that's where I live, and myself. And one person's gonna move, but it doesn't change our game, you know. All right, that was done. So then we're gonna go back to here and see how this looks. I should have seen if there's a Foundry update today, actually, too. There was a DungeonDraft update, but I think all he did was fix it. The only thing I've seen is him fix that one, let's get rid of this test drawing here before I forget about it. Searching thing. Okay. So how is this gonna look when I need a token. Where's my test token here? There's one of them, but this isn't the one I want. I want the other one. Like, are you? Somewhere. Okay, here's another different test token, but the same token. Get out of here. Where's the one I want? Yeah, I started out with like 6 people all really interested in playing it, and the issue is that, people have lives and kids, babies mostly. All right, here's my other test token that I want. How are we gonna do this here? So, from the second floor, this thing looks great. Let's see from the first floor though. So we're gonna need. How is this gonna work? On the first floor, I need a wall. Not a terrain wall, a normal wall. It's like this. But then also continues this way. Whoops. What did I do there? That's a new issue. I pushed middle mouse button. Is that something that I didn't know you could do? Alright, then we're gonna need another one. Whoops. Back to this. And then, let's say there. Let's actually make this a door. Maybe a secret door. And then let's go back to here. Yeah, one of the players was really into playing it, and then while we were playing, his wife brought out his baby, and we never saw him again. It was the end of him being able to play. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got going on here? We got some issues. First off, I think it's because I made this a background tile, which originally it was not. Let's connect to this as a player. Oh, not that one. We want this one. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure what would happen when I made this a background tile, and I think it fucked it up. But I can fix that. That's not a problem. Let's put this over here again. And activate this puppy. Maybe. Let's close this thing. No. Oh, one player killed himself too, because I'm a terrible DM. No, he unrelated, but he did kill himself. All right, this is not working how I want it to work. So, making this a background tile fucked it up. So what we gotta do here is delete this background tile and replace it. Fort on the hill, yes. And this should now, the background tile should go away. And then we'll replace this tile. Yeah, so we in Oregon we have these places called Plaid Pantry, which are like 7-Elevens, and I used to talk to the guy at 7-Eleven Plaid Pantry all the time about role-playing games, and I was like, "You should join my RPG," and he was like, "Oh, that'd be great. I'd love to play virtually or whatever." And then I invited him, and he was all excited, and I was like, "What type of computer do you have?" And he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna do it from my cell phone." I was like, "Ah, dude, you can't do it from your cell phone. Like, you're gonna, I mean, you can try, but you're gonna need like to be able to see like the maps and stuff. You know, you can't hold your cell phone up to your eye. That shit's out. You can't see me. I'm doing hand gestures and pretending to hold a phone up to my, um, but I was like, it's not gonna. I mean, you can try, and I'm welcome you to try, but it's not gonna work." Um, and I said, I actually have an old computer that you can have. And he's like, "Oh, really? I would love to have an old computer." So, what do I want here? I want with a tile browser. It's going to take a second here. And so said, "When can I get the computer?" And I was like, "Oh, let me reformat it and stuff, and I'll give it to you." And I went home and I reformatted it. But while I was reformatting it, it got really, really hot, like incredibly hot. It was this old clunker. And the thing was, it was I'm an IT manager and I've never seen a computer get that hot. And I was like, you know, I can't give it a computer that's this hot to someone because it's gonna catch fire. Like the thing, you could barely touch the bottom of it because it was so hot. So next time I see him, I say, "Hey man, sorry, I can't give you that computer. It's too hot." And he thought I meant stolen. So he was like, um, um, "Yeah, I don't want a stolen computer." And I was like, "No, I mean like temperature hot." And he was like, okay, buddy." And then I never heard from him again either. So I think he totally thought like, yeah, so this guy invited me to his D&D game, some criminal, you know. Yeah, sorry to hear about your friend. I was, one of my friends recently died of a heart attack that I was shocked. He was like the buffest dude I knew, and I guess we're waiting, is what we're doing here. We're patiently waiting for this tile to load. Um, I was shocked that he even owned a gym and he died of a heart attack. It's weird. I'm 48 and I guess he was like 2 years older. It's like, he's 50. And if you would have picked anyone, you would have said, "Oh yeah, he's a healthy dude. He's not gonna die of a heart attack." So it's weird how life throws you um, the random chance. All right, I think I can drag this down here now. It might have already done it. You gotta be very patient. It's the part of the issue is this is not Foundry or DungeonDraft's fault. Part of the issue is my maps are really gigantic. But so the reason I started making these gigantic maps is because when we were playing, it always the enemies would always be like running off the map, even as the DM, like they would be running away from the players, and the players couldn't get a chance to actually chase them. There was no spot, you know. And they also like if you look at like Pathfinder bows, they got 110 range for like a long bow, and if your map's 20 hexes or 20 square grid, that's only 100. Everyone's always going to be in close range. Like, what about if you wanted like a long range shootout, people running through the bushes and stuff? This will load eventually. You just have to patience, and a lot of times they'll just all load at once. The 5 attempts I just did. There was another way to do this here. Let's try it this other way. Normally it doesn't take this long. Is it place tile? No. I guess we have to do it this way. All right, well, at least I remembered that load. So all right, there we go. So the last, I actually, it's in a different thing. The last game that we did, I actually just drew a few lines and stuff and said this is where the guys are. My players don't give a shit about my maps, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, let's zoom back in here. I think where I dropped this is actually where I want this to be. But let's see here. We want to be on here. And we want this to be infinity. And I don't know what that thing was up at the, oh no, I wasn't on. I'm not there. I can't see the edge of the thing. My background's too dark. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm actually super lazy too, or at least I try to be. I just use the DungeonDraft command. If you have to hold down Control to zoom in and out on DungeonDraft, and on Foundry that spins the tile. So that's what's happening there. Is I accidentally. All right, let's go over this corner and put this thing in its right spot. Whoa. There we go. So now, well, I did it again. Okay, now let's go back to this dude. Do I still have this guy open over here? We got to change how this tile. This is the one huge bummer with levels is you have to get like you have to be super knowledgeable about how all your settings are at all times or things get fucked up. Man, Foundry is grinding right now. All right, we want the second floor. We want to mess with the tile. It's because I have DungeonDraft open too. Basically, we want the second tile to show up at all times on top of it, and we're gonna get there. Okay, we got to make sure I'm on the right one. This is another bummer with Foundry is I wish it said the name. Man, this is slow today. This is crazy. I wish it said the name of the tile up there that you're working on. The only way I've been able to find it, it won't let me do this, is too slow. We're gonna have to do arrow keys. Second floor, all right. Normally this thing isn't that slow when I mess around. What does it say now? It says Firefox is using up all my, let's get rid of Firefox. In that Firefox. It's my test login. Now it's just Foundry. It's using all of my GPU and like half my memory, which is crazy. 32 gigs. Oh, I did it again. God damn it. Did I get it back in place? Yes. All right. Let's zoom in. Let's double check. I accidentally closed. All right, things are working a little faster now. What we want, we do want that. We want that. We want this to show tile. We want this to pretend it's a roof, I'm pretty sure. We want to block vision and lighting. Now, if we go back to my little dude, wherever he was, I've lost him. I thought he was on the, here he is. Gotta reload the page. Yeah, a lot of times I'll actually stop, when I stop streaming, I'll start messing with levels and stuff, because it is definitely a mixture of OBS and DungeonDraft and Foundry all together. A second graphics card would probably help. I should just buy one. But yeah, the scalpers and the miners do not help. All right, things are moving normal now, so this thing should. It shouldn't know. Okay, why is that guy missing? Why can't he, or why isn't that on top of here? Let's double check. There's something I'm missing here. Always on top, always view, better roofs. Oh, wrong setting there. Overview, roofs, blocks, show through tile. Hide tiles on vision. Fade. Show even when we're below. That's what we need, I think. And there we go. Missed a checkbox. Alright, now let's pretend this guy's going in here. There aren't any walls for this thing or anything. Not that I'm going to put walls there. But okay, so this, he's against that secret, he walked right through that secret door. What level was that secret door on? Oh, I put these on the wrong floor. So we want these to be, up the top is 9. This is 0. Just gonna update that door, but that's okay. It's gonna be a secret door. And then we can go back to this dude wherever he is. I think he's. Is this working how I want this to work? Yes. Alright. For a second there, I was like, what the fuck, man? Alright, so the idea is that they could possibly sneak in through here. And that's the reason I want it to be a secret door, I think, is so that they don't. So I don't know if you have this issue. Oh, you said you're just setting up a Foundry one. This is an issue that I have, is that if as I'm describing stuff, the players will be like, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm just looking at this map. And so you can pause it, but the minute you pause it, they're like, can you unpause it? I just want to move one step. And you're like, yeah, and then you unpause it, and then they're like, hey, I'm going to decide to go in here. So I think I'm going to make this a secret door, so they can't go in there unless I let them in. The other thing you can do is lock the door. But I think this is going to work how I want it. So get that out of here. Get this thing off my screen. Well, let's open up one more time. Let's open up. We'll see if Chrome doesn't ruin my life here. Let's log in. Oh, and Chrome is by far the suggested thing to use for Foundry. Oh, look at this weirdness. Let's unpause this. Guess I haven't logged in from Chrome for a while. All right. Yep, sorry, it's paused. I was apologizing to myself. It says it's not. It doesn't say it's paused. All right. I'm curious what it's seeing here. Oh, because that's transparent? That's interesting. Huh. Well, that's an easy fix. I can just draw some dirt or whatever. Oh, he's stuck in there. That's okay, though, too. Yeah, alright, if we zoom way in. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So now the issue is going to be back to here. I probably should just keep, can I just edit this thing and just start adding? Oh, you know what? I can't. I did this on this other. That's what I'm going to do. This is going to be wonky as shit, but it's doable. Since we know that side works, I don't want to mess with it, if that makes sense. I don't want to try again. So what I'm going to do, and I did this before, is whoa. Okay, that wasn't the plan. It was to move that side. I just kept adding edit points and dragging this. I wish you could hold down a button and add an edit point. That's gonna, maybe I can get these guys to match up. It's really hard to get things to match up, though. Really hard. But maybe it doesn't matter that much because they're gonna barely be able to see this. Whoops. Well, now I can't redo that thing I just did and I lost it all. Fucking DungeonDraft! Alright, I know that was my mistake with the thing, but I should be able to redo that. Alright, well, okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Let's get rid of this thing, and I can't get rid of this thing either. With undo. Well, maybe I can. Undo, undo, no. Undo? Nope. It's gone forever, and I just undid something. Yep. What did I undo? I undid, I think, yeah, I undid the V. So I also assume that people who are like, I don't know if they're professionals, but very, very much better at this than me, I imagine they also come with a pre-planned of what they're doing with their map. They don't just, there is a redo key, but it doesn't work. It didn't work. It was broken. I imagine they draw out their map first. They don't go into DungeonDraft and start drawing. But we can fix that other edge too. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one continuous wall all the way around with this. But yeah. Yeah, so that's the undo and redo things often do not work. And saving doesn't work sometimes. If you have it saved to the user, to any user folder, it does not work. So I'm going to go back, and you can't see where I'm pointing, right there, and we'll fix that. We'll turn it into this type of thing. And so this is why I drew these first. This is the continuous wall action I was talking about here. We're going to, and if you make the turns too weird, you can actually see, that one doesn't look that bad, but like that turns into a mess of stretchiness. So this one, we want it to be a little, we don't need it that uniform. Once I put all these walls in on Foundry, it'll look a lot better. Like I always say, at the beginning the maps always look like shit until you get them going. It's gonna be a little bit sketchier. The other thing, Cromwell, you sounded like an experienced DM. This is something I was talking about. I always bring up a lot too. So when I'm making my maps, I feel like a 5-foot wide hallway is plenty wide. My hallway in my house is not 5 feet wide. But if you do a 5-foot wide hallway, then the adventurers can go only one at a time. So then you're tempted to do like a 10-foot wide hallway. But then it's getting weird. So what if you do a 5-foot wide and there's 4 people? There's just like a line of 4 people, and the players don't. It's not that fun for the players to do it that way. There's the one guy in the front. We'll make this a little weird here. But then if you do 10-foot all the time, so that you can have 2 players, your 2 fighters in the front, and then your mage is in the back, mage or archer or whatever. So I just when I'm oh yeah, things are starting to jump. They do this sometimes. I don't know if you saw that jump there. So I just make the maps how I want it, and they just have to suffer through it. But I always think it's funny that most maps have, the 10, everything's like 10 foot, all the hallways, all the rooms, so that everything can match up, so that the players can fit through like that. And I don't know, how do you feel about that? I'm gonna call it a controversy. It's not a controversy, but it's just, yeah, this is gonna be nice and big. But let's make it less squarey here. Let's make it more round. We got a lot of square. Yeah, let's do like this. I think what I might do is, yeah, like a little tight entrance there. I should probably turn on my grid so I can see a little bit of what's going on. Yeah. So this is the long continuous wall I was talking about. That water was just that's what I was thinking where the water is going, so we don't care about that water that I'm going over there. And we'll go up to like a tighter spot. Okay, so it's going to be 2 continuous walls because this wall needs to go along here. Oh, you know what? I could have probably left that tile as the background and just fixed the... Oh, that's what I should have done. And just fixed the second tile, the second floor tile. Man, maybe I'll put it back. I have a feeling that the background tiles use less memory. I don't know why I think that, but I think they do. Because they can't be moved around and stuff, while the other tiles in Foundry can. I just have a feeling that there's less of an issue with them. Okay, so this is the V for the entrance, so we're gonna go like this. It's not that pretty, but it doesn't really matter that much if this ends like this, because the players won't be able to see it as long as this compare. Yeah, and I actually had this one, it was actually someone else's map, and it was a pretty good map, but it was an underground thing where it was a really long hall, and I put these monsters where they had to like line up and then run down the hallway to, the fighter, like one guy, he just was like, I'm charging, and running because they couldn't get abreast and like, not shield wall it up, but be more prepared. Um, okay, I think I put this a little too close. I did. Where's the entrance to this thing? Where's my... Okay, it's right there. Let's move. I want to finish these interior. I really like placing like all the little accoutrements, I guess. Buckets. I place a lot of buckets, so I like putting buckets everywhere. So I can't wait to get to that part. But I want to finish this, so we just only got to do one more side here before I call it a night. Usually I try to. I schedule my stream on Saturdays for D&D maps, and I say I'm only gonna do it. This is actually kind of wide for 2 hours, but because I don't. Sometimes I get burnt out. Normally I like doing this a lot, but occasionally, it can be a little frustrating too. I think that's better. Um, but I want to get this at least these levels, their walls, and where is my path tool again? Then from here, turn this off. I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, God damn it! Is redo gonna work this time? Oh, okay. That redo worked that time, so we're okay. Well, okay-ish. Yes, we're okay. We're fine. This needs to come like this. I don't like turning the walls that much, but I don't think we have a choice here. And now, once that's done, we can turn off compare. Is this gonna work? That did work. So the other thing that's weird is there are some really great. There's actually like a ton of great maps out there for Foundry and DungeonDraft, but a lot of them they fill in like for DungeonDraft ones, they would fill in all this stuff in the background, like where it's transparent, and that kind of ruins it for levels. You would have to somehow go in and get rid of that thing, which is going to be more work for the next person. So I leave mine all transparent like that, but I noticed that um, when I posted on Reddit, someone asked like asked me why is your maps just have like these lines, like why is there nothing like that? And I was like, it's they're transparent for that for it's on purpose. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is laziness, but it's also on purpose. Let's zoom out again here. All right, I'm gonna have this big room. Maybe I'll put a treasure chest or something over here. See this? I'm trying to make a little thinner. Maybe I'll put some traps in. So I mentioned this earlier too. I never put the traps in on DungeonDraft because um, you can't make them invisible, and I like to make them invisible until the player steps on them. Like this, I think. But then I can't include the traps in Foundry because Forgotten Adventures doesn't want you to include their tiles individually, which I mean it makes sense. You gotta. I mean their tiles are not expensive. They're like $5 a month. Well, $5 once, but I pay monthly so that I can get the updates. I think it's $5. $5 are like $3. All right, these rooms are kind of squarish. I should try to make less squarey rooms here. I think I'm gonna make this just a weird little notch out. That's gonna be its own little circle there. its own little circle wall. And you know, even if I like go like this, I can just fix that later. It doesn't, I can just change the floor. I just put all the floor in as like a drawing to um, know what I'm doing as like an example of where I'm going here. Let's actually do this a little bit more. Let's put some weird shit in here. And then this should, yeah, then we'll only have one more wall to draw. I can fix that later, probably. The other thing is, I wish that I could like use these maps when they're half done with my players so I can like play test them to see, because I'll like forget like this little spot unless I'm like running it as a DM. Man, it's already 7 o'clock. Time flies when you're making maps. We're almost there. East Coast, huh? All right, I think this is what we want. All right, we have one last one. And this one doesn't really matter where we start. Central, oh. Oh yeah, that is 2 hours. That is 2 hours. Basic math. Sometimes it's difficult. So then what I can do to make this better, not tonight, but yeah, see, trying to match this shit up always sucks. This works though, right around here. And it's not perfect, but whoops. I think I can, no, that's gonna work right there. So I never had any interest in going to New Orleans or New Orleans, until I watched that one TV show with God, the guy from The Wire made, and I was like, man, this seems like a lot different than I imagined. I'm just gonna fix these few little things because if I don't, I'll forget about it. So let's put these here, and we'll pull this over here, and Nolans, yeah. I had a bunch of friends, like this was probably 10 years ago, all of a sudden mass exodus from Portland to there, from Portland, Oregon. And most of them have moved to other places. Oh, we got another whole wall we got to do here. I don't think it was necessarily because New Orleans was bad or anything. I think they just got job opportunities and stuff in other places. And you know, if a bunch of people move there and then half of them leave, you know, sometimes it's not that great to stay when half your friends have left. All right, we got one more wall we got to do here. Oh, wait. Where am I going to start with this wall? You hate it where you are, or you hate it in New Orleans? I guess. You know what? Let's start it over here because I have a feeling this will be less. People might not even ever go in this cavern. Match it up. We'll match this up. And this is where I was talking about, you know, if the distance, you know, people can see it. Um, like if having the elevation I don't think really matters right here. We could do like a whole nother floor with that thing, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, that state I don't know. Oregon's definitely got some issues, but I'm not too into that state. Any southern state basically, I'm not too into living there. Um, what's the deal with Texas right now too? Are those people freezing to death? They were having that. Everyone was all worried about their shitty power grid collapsing. Like I think it was the past couple of days they were worried about that. So they got that private power grid, and it's not connected to the rest of the United States, which blows my mind. Like, wouldn't you just want to back up? Uh-oh, and I'm shit talking Texas to a Texan. Uh-oh. So which one? What do you like better? So it is interesting to me that how how proud, like even my friends who are uh, crazy liberals like me, if they're from Texas, they like love Texas. Even you know, people are very patriotic when it comes to Texas. Okay, I think that actually matches up. Oh, it does not match up as okay as I think, but I don't think it's gonna matter that much. This does look weird. I'm gonna color in this part real quick. Texas by far, huh? Whoops, not with that. I'm gonna do it with this. Yeah, so half the people went to Nolans and the other half went to Austin. Of the group the mass exodus back in the day from Portland, and I actually don't know where a lot of those people are anymore. One of them moved to Montana recently. He told me he's a teacher and he got a job. There was a teaching job in Montana that he couldn't pass up, like high school or junior high or something. Um, let's see here. Just so this looks less weird, I'm gonna clean that up. There is a point like, why is there this river going through here? Colorado right here is pretty good. Washington State, I live in, like I said, Portland, so I'm practically almost in Washington State, and it's definitely pretty. Seattle is pretty. Actually, it's very similar to Portland. Um, yeah, so you're going for like the tree areas. So back to my map making. Now, I think part of the reason I always pick pine trees and stuff is because I live in Oregon now and Portland, like I have a pine tree in my backyard and I'm originally from San Diego. I don't think I appreciated trees like being everywhere like it is and up here and like if you go, you can go out into the forest if you want. And I've driven through like the panhandle part of Texas and it was awful. It was just like a desert wasteland. But that's all I've seen of Texas. So I try not to judge that part because it was. I also drove through New Mexico and Arizona, and it was also all awful. It was all terrible. But yeah, you got trees. The weather. I mean, in Portland, Seattle, and Washington, you're gonna get snow, but we get like one day of snow every year in Portland, and then everything shuts down because that's too much. That's too much snow for us. Yeah, British Columbia would be nice. So I take that back. I don't think I can handle. I've being from San Diego and the one day of snow here is even like I like the one day of snow, but if it's any more, I'm not into it. Let me go back to it. I have relatives in Montreal, and they'll send me these pictures, and like the snow's up to their head, and they're 80, and they're on the roof shoveling snow off their roof and stuff, and I'm just like, don't want to experience that, and I don't think you should be doing that either. All right, let's fix this little guy here. All right, quick. Oh, there's another one. Quick look over here. I like oak trees a lot too. Seems weird we're talking about trees, but we're in San Diego. That's pretty much the only awesome tree around are oak trees. Uh, so personally, my own only personal experience in Texas, like I said, is just that I drove through like the Panhandle part, which I think everyone can agree. Whatever highway or freeway I was on, um, that area that it goes through is terrible. It was just like a wasteland, like I said. And San Diego has this problem like really badly. Just strip malls, like all it is parking and like McDonald's and shit. Same as the area that I drove through Texas. Actually, pretty much most of the United States. Portland, luckily, doesn't have that issue too bad. Unless you go to the outskirts of Portland, then it's the same thing. All right, I think let's look at this actually. This is where's my X marks the spot. Oh, it's gone somehow. No, it's right here. Oh, I was gonna have these connect. You know what, let's not. Let's just have, you can look into this trash pit. And then in these guys, if you sneak in this way, you can get in through the trash pit. All right, let's look at what we got here. I'm gonna save this. And second floor, we have all of the walls done for the second floor here. Oh, let's go back to the first floor actually. We got the walls done there, walls done there, walls done there. I love these. These are pine trees supposedly, but that's why I picked these, except for that color. Except for when I first moved to Portland, I saw like dying. There's these dying uh, pine trees, but I love the mushrooms and Forgotten Adventures tile set. So, and I'm probably gonna change all this. That was a preemptive crops. Too many crops at the beginning. Well, not too many, but I adjusted everything else. But anyways, we got all the walls done on the first floor. The second floor, all of the walls are done. We got the secret thing. We got the secret thing. Yep. Third floor should just be this, and everything's labeled. I may change this though. I wonder how I can do this. Let's see while I'm here. I kind of want this to be a double thick wall. Let's see how that looks real quick before I call it a night. I kind of want, let's see, let me think about this. It wouldn't be on this floor though, it would be on this floor. How would we do this? We're gonna want floors. We'd want this. Oh, not roof, we want pattern. And we'd want, what does this look like? Huh, that might be a better roof material than this. This roof, I'm not very happy with that roof material. But let's see here. I don't think you would be able to tell. I think that's the issue. I don't think you'd be able to tell that it's too. Let's edit this and change this if I can. No, it's not a pattern. What did I do here? Is this a building? This is a building. This is a giant building. So let's go. Oh, maybe I don't have that pattern shape tool. I don't. That's a bummer. Not that big of a bummer though. We can just go like this. Turn off edit. Snaps on. We're gonna go like this. That's kind of hard on the eyes, but I think it looks better than that other tile. This is supposed to be a roof, so. Yeah, I was thinking making this two wide, two walls wide for this part, but I don't think it really matters. It's not line up. No, it does. It just. You think that that new roof looks better? I think so too. I'm trying to think, you know, like on a castle, this is supposed to be like a fort type thing. The text is not going to remain. That's just a note for me because I was like, what else am I going to put on this roof? So I'm going to probably put like some buildings, like wooden buildings on this roof where like the guards hang out. And like I can definitely got to improve these stairs and stuff. Like there's got to be stairwells. These are just to like mark where the stairs go up and down. What I like to do is draw all of the walls and ceilings and stuff, not roofs, except for this one because this is its own floor. But first, then go back and like add all the real stuff. But I was thinking before, I was thinking like when I wasn't even looking at DungeonDraft or anything, that it might be better to have like this double thick. I can pull it off for the outside. I don't know though. I think I'm gonna save that. I want to do a like a murder mystery thing in like a mansion type thing. And all of the walls are gonna be double thick so that you can have secret doors that the players can't tell. So this is the other thing. Like on here, I don't have any doors at all in here. But let's say there was a door here. These are gonna be a secret door. If a player was paying attention, they would be able to figure out that this hallway doesn't reach the back thing. So they can be able to tell that there's a secret door here. I mean, they would have to really be paying attention, but they could do it. And if there's a setting in Foundry where like it auto maps for the players, and I actually turned that off. I used to have it on, but they were able to tell stuff that just by they would run through the room in Foundry and they would be like, "Oh, okay, I know there's something missing here." So now I turned that off, and they have a lot harder time doing that. But so with the murder mystery one, I want to have all of the walls too thick. Like basically, there's gonna be a 5 foot. It's hard to tell with this tile, but there's gonna be a 5 foot. Every wall is gonna be 5 foot with the wall on the side, so that you won't be able to tell where there's secret passages inside the walls, if that makes sense. But I was thinking about adding a secondary thickness to this, but I don't think it's necessary. This roof does look better, I think, with that tile. I don't know if I even like this tile. I'm curious if it will start looking better once I put rugs and stuff on it. It probably will. You know what I might do is have different tiles, you know, in different rooms. I could do like this. I'm not going to put this one, but whoa. That actually isn't that bad. But yeah, I could put different tiles in different. I think the issue is I was thinking I was stuck when I was making the rooms, but I can actually put any tile I want right here. Obviously not that one. That is quite a, but I'm probably gonna put an actual rug down here though. Yeah, I'll put an actual rug there. That's one of the good, like the rugs, I think there's some, so they're colorable too. Just gotta find the right It might be called carpet. Fine. It has like lines on it. Here we go. So, no, not that one. Like this one. But a straight one. Whoops. Something like that. And 1 point. What's 1 give us? Yeah, like something like this I can do. Except then we get that. Yeah, I'll do something like that. Wooden floors in the dining room. That's a good idea. Let's look here. Some high quality ones. So the original idea behind this was a mad ant lives here. A mad Trent. Yeah, that does. Man, they look a lot different when you can zoom in on them. Do they have, are these the same? Oh, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I think I was just under the impression that I would, that's the issue. I'm pretty sure, because when you make a building, they all have to be the same, and you can actually fuck up. Like if you, let's go to the second floor. This is a pattern, but I was only using it for outside. But you can actually draw like a triangular building here, and it will fuck up this building. I should have been doing that. I guess as I learn stuff, I should go back and improve my other maps. But yeah. All right, I am gonna call it a night for now. Cromwell, thank you for the help with the water and everything, and keep me company while I'm doing this, and tell me about the issues with the frame rates. I do this every Saturday. You should join me next Saturday, and hopefully, well, no, I'll probably have the same frame rate issues. I was gonna say hopefully I'll have some stuff fixed, but I don't think I will.